Hey heroes, it's James, your Game Master, and I am here to tell you about the final events we have for our Summer 2025 One Shot Network fundraising drive. On Friday, July 4th, at a time that is yet to be determined, I will be on camera rolling the very real results for the final bits of value for our Adventure Capitalists campaign. We will emerge from that rolling session with all the information we will need to crown a winner. So be sure to join the stream and cheer on your favorite team, either Team LA or Team Chicago. Then finally on Saturday, July 5th at 9 p.m., I am going to be joined by Jeff, John, and a special guest for a streamed game of Cosmic Century Knights. All these events are, of course, going to be over on twitch.tv/OneShotRPG, and please support us on Patreon.
Roleplay Retcon does not own any part of the movies we retcon, nor are we associated with the artists who make them. Also, while most episodes are safe for all listeners, please do check the individual episode descriptions for any content warnings.
The music for this series is by Behold. You can find them on Bandcamp, YouTube, and more.
Previously on Roleplay Retcon does Pacific Rim Uprising. Amara and Amani and Jake Pentecost met Jake's estranged sister Mako Mori, who was instrumental in winning the Kaiju War 10 years ago. Mako offered them a deal. In exchange for overlooking their illegal Jaeger salvaging, Amara would become a cadet in the dying Jaeger cadet training program, and Jake would resume his old life of training the cadets in the hopes that it will breathe new life into the program. Amara also met the other two pilots of her new squadron, hotshot leader Alex Blasius and the impossibly chill Bon Joyega. Amara learned the ropes of her new official Jaeger, and now it's time for a combat exercise.
It is the following day. We see snippets of you guys kind of woken up in the morning. You get out of the sort of basic pilot suite that is here. There's no time for breakfast. You guys run out and get back in your mechs as Jake is already on the tarmac shouting things into the megaphone here, putting you through the paces. Perhaps we see a comical scene of two of you doing a massive jump rope and the third jumping in their Jaeger, because I can't get that image out of my head. I don't know where it came from. The entire Shadow Dome rocking as a mech jumps up and down.
It's fantastic.
Jake calls you all in and says, "Pilots, you've done well for yourselves over the past couple of days. You've exceeded expectations, if I'm being perfectly honest, which isn't saying much because I didn't expect a lot. But
ouch,
I've got another test for you. We're going to really put the pedal to the metal here. We're going to hook you all up to the simulator for the first time. You'll be stationary in your cockpits, but you'll still be able to control a simulated version of your mech. This is standard pilot procedures, standard pilot training. I believe the other two of you have already done this before. Amara, don't freak out."
Okay.
You guys' mechs kind of shudder into a standby state as the kind of front visors, the eyes of these massive robots kind of digitally begin to display a new world around you as we enter this sort of simulator. In an instance, you, even to your own senses inside this robot, kind of sharing the mind of this massive metal form, find yourself standing in the ocean. It's not an experience I imagine any of you have ever had before. The water is only up to your waist or so in this kind of dark, stormy night as the wind even buffets your form. You can feel it ever so slightly through your neural link with this massive robot. despite the sound of the waves crashing against your forms and the sloshing of each giant step that you take, you hear Jake's voice kind of in the back of your own head, crystal clear, as he says, "You've all done exceptionally well for yourselves, so we're going to just throw a couple tests at you and see how well you do. This isn't a grade, don't panic." And as he says, don't panic, of all the things you could see, you see a sight that you're probably all relatively familiar with. You probably have distant memories of this day, wherever you were across the world, as two kaiju materialize in the water digitally in front of you. I'm going to move us over to a map here.
Maps.
We love maps. This
I have a phobia. Actually.
map is... You have a phobia of maps.
Oh, God, there's hexes. Ah! I don't actually have a phobia of maps. I'm good. Okay. I don't know. I felt a little bad joking about that.
This map is kind of exactly as described before, just a big open ocean and two big monsters.
Oh my God. It's so detailed. He puts so much work into it. I'm so sorry that
this
you
one
can't
I
see
did
it.
not.
I'm so sorry you can't see it. Wow. Did you draw that, Henn? Wow.
Wow.
I flew out to the Atlantic Ocean and took this photo myself. These two kaiju materialize in front of you. Jake will call them out as they come into being. They are class 3 kaiju from one of the larger sizes, if not the largest size, I believe, of kaiju. These are the two kaiju that appeared on the first ever double incident, the first time two kaiju ever manifest simultaneously. Very big deal for our world as it kind of heralded the beginning of the end for the kaiju war. These two kaiju are called Otachi and Leatherback. Kind of funny dualism to the naming convention there. Leatherback I can describe as a sort of massive reptilian gorilla. Kind of stands on all four legs. It's very, as the name implies, like leathery. There's not really like fur or scales to it. It's just kind of skin. And it has kind of a mane of these like blue, almost white at the end, almost like electrical frills that seem to kind of undulate as it moves. Otachi is basically just a pterodon. Dinosaurs are cool. It has kind of two wings that fold up into its arms with little grabbers at the end of them, and a massive swirling tail that has another sort of opposable grabbing hand at the end of it. And it kind of snarls at you in a shrieking, groaning sound that almost makes like your eardrums and the interiors of your Jaegers rock as it kind of like echoes out in front of you. Incredibly realistic, a little chilling, honestly, as you catch kind of acidic bile dripping from its maw. As you would know that the damage that these two kaiju can wreak. So we're going to have a little bit of a practice combat here. Good times. If you'll recall, we are going to alternate is the word I was looking for. I was going to say oscillate, not quite. We'll take one of your turns, one of the enemy's turns, one of your turns, one of the enemy's turns, back and forth, basically. You are allowed to, amongst yourselves, strategize how you would like to go first. If anyone wants to step forward, we can do that.
Well, Alex does have that fun little leader profile.
All right.
Also, I think oscillate would work.
Oscillate, yeah. Oscillate back and forth, yeah.
I'm going to yell out to Amara. Amara?
Yeah?
Keep your distance. Keep him pinned down while I engage in melee combat.
Okay. Pin down. Yeah, I know what that means.
Good. I'm glad that you know what that means.
So what's the deal about, like, you can like take it or leave it, right? But you get some kind of bonus if you like do the order.
Basically, I have a pool of 3 dice that I can issue to you. Or to everybody. So you can either follow the order and get a +1 accuracy to anything you do following that order, or you can just basically give that back to me and say, I'm not following this order.
Oh, so they don't make you burn it on uncooperative.
Yes,
okay.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Like, you know what? Fuck you.
I just could throw that away.
Well,
no one gets
that's
it.
good, because then you as a player don't feel guilty for making a character choice to ignore the order. Then you haven't like fucked over the other player. That's good.
And then I'm going to deploy a turret drone.
These kind of out of compartments built into your mech's arms, kind of a piece detaches and begins to kind of propellers take it into the air as it begins to kind of hover there. There's sort of a miniaturized sort of Gatling gun attached to the underside of it as it hovers there and trains in on this massive pterodon in front of you. All right. That means it is Leatherback's turn, and it is going to saunter over to you. I think I can just get in melee. I can't. I can only almost get in melee. Okay.
So I have a thermal pistol, but it's in a line. So if you're between me and the guy, I cannot use it. Just fun fact.
Okay.
As a monstrosity, Leatherback kind of rears back and very gorilla style kind of bangs its chest, and it's going to use its rampage skill to move equal to its speed again in a straight line, and it is going to bash into both Alex and the drone here. So I'm going to need an agility save from both of you.
Let's get mine out of the way. Ooh, and that one.
No.
Oh no.
Didn't get out of the way at all.
I didn't set up you guys' hit points at all.
Infinite hit points! It's, hey, if it doesn't scan, it must be free, right, Henn?
Yeah, DM screwed up. That's on me.
Drone roll of 13.
Okay, sick. Okay, so the drone takes no damage. The drone kind of hovers in the air and is able to kind of pivot out of the way. The rush of this massive, the water is shaking under this thing. Kind of causes it to swivel in the air, but you take the brunt of this kind of broad impact as it rams past you. You'll take 4 points of armor-piercing damage, which is a fair amount.
Good thing I don't have armor.
Good thing you don't have hit points, right? It would be such a stupid thing to have hit points. That is the Leatherback's turn. That means one of you two is up. Who wants to go?
I will go. I am going to move toward the Leatherback while still keeping my distance because that's what my leader told me to do. Now that I am 5 away in a line, I'm going to shoot it with my thermal pistol. This is my first attack roll, and so I'm going to use my opening argument for +1. But I also get another +1 because Alex gave me it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so you'll roll with 2 accuracy, which is really good for license level 0.
Oh my god, I rolled a nat 20.
Nat
I didn't
20.
even need them. And I rolled a 6. So I got 26.
Nice. Okay. So critical hits, as explained earlier, also don't work how they do in a lot of tabletop RPGs. We're not doubling the damage. You will roll the damage twice and take the higher result.
I don't roll for damage for this, though.
Oh, really? This is a bad one to crit on.
It's just 2 energy.
And then with the successful allied attack within 10 range of my drone deals 3 kinetic damage to the target.
Perfect.
Cool.
It's not AP damage, right?
Right.
Okay, so it'll take 2 damage. Jency, the weapon you used is just an auxiliary weapon, right? That was just a skirmish, not a barrage?
Yes.
So you still have another quick action if you want to take it.
So I can do a skirmish. I can attack with my other gun. I can shoot with my other gun.
Yeah, you could barrage instead, which would be a full attack action. Actually, why don't you just do that? We'll call it a barrage. You've already made 1 attack. You can attack with a separate weapon.
All right. D20. I got a 12.
Nice. Yeah, that'll hit. The things only have an evasion of 10.
And it's a 1d3.
1d3.
And I got a 3, so that's a 2. And that's kinetic.
That means it is Otachi's turn. Alex continues to be the front runner here. It is going to use its opposable tail to attempt to grapple you, Alex. Why don't you give me a hull save?
All right. Hull save. It's just a regular roll. 12.
12, that succeeds. It grabs onto you. It has got an adhesive quality to it, so it has grabbed a hold of your mech's arm, but you just kind of wrap it up and kind of hold onto it back. You aren't necessarily contested in your holding of this thing. As its other quick action here, it's going to attempt to corrode you with that kind of tail that it is grappling you with here. So I'm going to go ahead and make an attack against your evasion. I have a 10 to hit, which I believe is your evasion score, so it's going to hit.
Correct.
You will take 2 points of damage here. It is technically energy damage. You are additionally shredded, which means you cannot benefit from armor currently.
Don't have it anyways. All right.
Exactly. So it shouldn't matter. Perfect. That brings us back to you, Ben.
How do I get a lock on?
Lock on is a tech action. So when you make a tech attack, it's like a regular attack, but you use the creature's E defense instead. You'll make a tech attack, and then you'll choose what tech options you want. Lock on is one of them.
Okay, well, I'm going to do that. I'm going to get a lock on Leatherback.
So go ahead and make an E attack for me. You'll use I don't think you have any bonuses to your digital attacks, but this thing's E defense is only 8 because it's not a digital entity.
15.
You sight in on this thing, your kind of digital systems begin to lock on, and it makes you perfectly aware of where this creature is.
Okay, I'm going to attack with my launcher and consume the lock on. And if I do that, once per round, seismic deluge. When you successfully attack with a launcher and consume lock on, you may also knock your target prone. So we'll see if that happens. 12.
12 hits?
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So go ahead and roll damage, and I'll give you a whole save here as well.
Cool. Damage. I totally know how to roll that. I know everyone has done it, and I was paying attention when they did it.
For the launcher, it should be 1d3 plus 3, plus 1d3 plus 1.
It is explosive damage.
When you consume the lock-on, you actually also get 1 accuracy if you wanted to roll that. I don't think it could make you crit, so it probably doesn't matter.
3.
You rolled a 3, and it's plus 1, so it'll be 4 damage.
And Leatherback is now knocked prone.
Yes, I need to, does it just automatically knock it prone?
It says when I consume lock once per round, if I consume lock on and hit with my seismic deluge, it goes like.
It lets out a sort of sonorous, like bellowing roar, and it is knocked partially into the ocean. Even laying down onto the ocean floor, you can still see it kind of over the water line here a little bit.
There's a shot of Bon inside of his like cockpit, and he's just like still got that little slight smile. His expression has not changed. It's not like a weird thing, but
I
just want to stress, it's not weird.
It's not okay.
It's not weird what I'm doing.
It actually might be a little weird.
When you say it's not weird, that makes us think it's weird.
It is a little weird, actually. It's not creepy. It's not like he doesn't have a creepy smile.
That takes us back to the enemy turn, which means Leatherback here is going to go ahead and take some issue with that. Here's a good time to talk about reactions as well. A creature is starting movement within threat of you here, Alex. If you want to use your reaction, you can take an attack.
I'm going to do that.
Does he have to stand up?
He does have to stand up. It won't. Oh, I'd have to make a save for that too. Well, okay, hang on. We'll see if it's moving. It is moving. Okay, cool.
All right.
It is reduced movement.
I'm going to take a reaction with my charged blade knife. No, I missed.
And he's just going to move on past you and go ahead and try to make an attack here against Infinity Horse. I got a 17 to hit, which is going to go ahead and hit. That is going to be 3 kinetic damage to you, Ben. As this thing, after you unleash this rack of missiles onto it, kind of squinting through kind of translucent blue blood dripping down the side of its face, it bellows again and charges at you, just knocking into you with both fists here. But you managed to stay upright.
No big deal.
I believe that's back to Alex.
All right. I'm going to use a free action to issue an order to Bon Jaeger.
What's up, boss?
Bon.
Yep.
You and Amara, focus down Leatherback.
Yeah, all right.
You've got this.
Yeah.
I'm going to take on Otachi. Then I'm going to turn and I'm going to do a full barrage. First attacking with my charged blade. And I have Hunter lunge. Once per round, when you attack with an auxiliary melee weapon, you may fly up to 3 spaces directly toward the targeted character before the attack. This movement ignores engagement and does not provoke actions.
Perfect.
Or
Yeah.
reactions.
So the Leatherback won't even get an attack on you here.
18.
18 definitely hits.
It's armor piercing with energy damage. 1d3 plus 3. That is 2 plus 3, 5. Then I'm going to follow it up with my tactical melee weapon, my sword. And then I'm going to use Duelist Partisan, gain +1 accuracy on the first melee attack you make with a main melee weapon on your turn.
The charged blade is also a main melee as a point of order.
Oh, it is.
But you could
Well, then,
you could roll an accuracy on your prior check, and it's probably a crit if you do that.
Well, let's do that. So it's just 1, so no.
You can still make your attack, obviously, with your other weapon.
Well, honestly, though, if the charged blade is not an auxiliary melee weapon, then I wouldn't be able to do the lunge.
You're right.
So I guess I would move up and I would take an attack of opportunity from Leatherback.
We'll do that then. Yeah, I've got a 13 too, so it's going to hit you.
Yep.
That is 4 more points of armor piercing damage.
Nice.
Oh, sorry. This one isn't armor piercing, but it doesn't technically matter.
Yeah. And then my drone will do 3 points of kinetic damage.
Getting dicey.
Getting dicey. Getting scary.
Yeah, you lunge forward at this thing and just begin to slash into it with this charged dagger. Kind of this glowing blade of energy unleashes from your Jaeger here as you cauterize even the wounds you leave behind across this thing's kind of like dinosaur-y form. The blood doesn't even have time to drip out of it before it is just singed away into steam, lost to the ocean breeze here.
Nice.
And with that, it is Otachi's turn.
Man, when Alex is piloting, it's a Jaeger.
Alrighty, well, this thing is going to go ahead and attempt to, it's still just going to attempt to grapple you because it can get some accuracy if it tries to grapple you successfully. I need a whole check from you, Alex. Whole save, rather.
Nope, that one failed. 4.
Okay, well, it failed too.
Nice.
It continues to be unable to grapple you. You both kind of equally scramble. You got a 4.
Yeah.
It actually got a 3.
Nice.
So by rules of grappling, you count as the one doing the grappling. Until the next turn, you'll have to roll another contested check, and we'll see who's back on top.
Okay.
In that case, it has no bonuses to attack you here. It's just gonna do its best. I rolled another 3. Oh no, it's falling apart.
No.
It tries to wrap that tail around you further, and you just wrench down on it with a massive metal fist as it just kind of shrieks at you. And that is its entire turn here, which takes us back to, I believe, Jency.
Yeah, it's my turn. And I am going to ready my crack shot, which makes me steady my aim, which means I'm immobilized, but I get 1+1 accuracy on all attacks I make with my rifle, and I am going to use a barrage in order to use my heavy anti-material rifle.
Sick. You actually get 2 accuracy on this because it is prone as well.
Oh, sweet. And I get a 3rd accuracy because I'm going to be fighting against... No, I don't. It's just 2.
You just got
2
the 2,
accuracy,
yeah.
right?
But that's okay.
Okay, all right.
That's still very good.
Yeah, okay, I guess it's fine. Just kidding. All right.
All
All right, so I'm going to roll my d20. I got 17.
That's scary. Oh, that's really good.
Oh,
That's
I got 20.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
With
Okay.
the heavy
So
anti-material rifle too. This is gonna hurt.
For this one, I get 2d6 kinetic damage.
Yes. So you'll roll 4d6 kinetic damage, and you'll take the highest 2 numbers.
6 and a 4 is 10.
Wow. A full
Nice.
10 points of damage on the leatherback here. You steady your aim with this anti-material rifle, and a just beam of just pure energy, this white hot plasma, sears across this thing's back. You see just a gouge of flesh removed from this thing as it begins to bellow in pain. Its back is fully exposed. You can see the kind of writhing mass of like disgusting blue glowing jelly that it has for organs, basically, as this thing turns on you, ready to attack, as you have eliminated this thing's first structure and then into its next.
Yes.
Pretty
Ouch.
accurate simulation.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of data on these creatures given how long they were alive for and how often they were fought, or for how long they were fought. Okay, I'm rolling a d6 for monstrous damage. I've got a 4, which is a powerful hit, which means it is knocked prone by the force of the blow, so it is double prone. Which, not normally how this works, but I will go ahead and rule that will immobilize it. That brings us to Leatherback, who is upset. He is on his second structure, so he can go ahead and use his monstrous rage here. He's going to make 2 attacks against Infinity Horse. Both are going to hit. And I rolled max damage. That is 8 points of kinetic damage to you here, Infinity Horse. This thing just kind of rears back. You weren't necessarily the target of its ire, but it's pissed. And it just starts beating with these massive, monstrous fists across the front of your Jaeger.
Bond just goes,
Whoop.
Incredible. That is Leatherback's turn. Bond, you're up.
did he get up? Is he like prone?
No, he is immobilized.
Oh, that's right.
So he has to spend an action on his turn to remove that condition from himself.
So I'd like to use my heavy machine gun, which is a whopping 2d6 plus 4, but it also has the inaccurate tag, which gives it +1 difficulty.
So you'll get +1 accuracy from him being immobilized, and then it'll cancel out the +1 difficulty.
And I should also have +1 accuracy for following Alex's order, right?
Correct.
So you see this it wasn't on my arms. Like I have an assault rifle and that one was kind of visible, but this comes out from my back where I have like all that stuff, all the boxes of ammo and my launchers and stuff. But this like comes out and goes underneath my arm. And it looks like it has like a spit up barrel. It's kind of like a minigun, except it's anything but mini. It's a mega gun and it's gonna like spin up. And so we're gonna see what happens here. I got a 10 + 1 is 11.
Hey, that hits. A 10 is all. It's defense.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like right up next to it, and I like actually like point blank. I like shove it into its skin, and it just fires into it.
That is so on flavor for like the type of violence in this movie.
Once again, my face is not unexpressionate, but it hasn't changed, and like the flash of the gunfire is like flashing on his like just slight smile face.
It's not weird. It's not creepy.
Awesome. Go ahead and roll damage. You could kill this thing.
Oh yeah, 2d6 plus 4. Let's 4 plus 4 is 8.
8 points of damage. Yeah. How do you want to eliminate this thing from existence?
He just like saws it in half with the gun, basically. Just like goes up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. When it's done, I just the barrel like spins slowly to a stop, and it's like smoking, and I just put it back by my back, and it's not there anymore. And then to Alex, I'm like,
all right, boss, I did the thing.
Good job, kid. Don't get cocky.
Can he legally say that?
I mean, maybe.
That means we're back to Otachi, we got to make another grapple check here. You've got it grappled still.
Get me.
Well, I've rolled a 1. I'm on fire. I should play Call of Cthulhu where 1s are good.
I roll a 9.
9, just barely hanging on here. Yeah, all right. Well, it's going to go ahead and attempt to make an attack on you here. Even with the inaccuracy, that is a 13 to hit.
I think that hits me.
Okay, I've got some corrosive bile coming your way.
2 hits.
How does exactly 2 points of damage sound?
Takes me down to 0.
Okay, let's have our first structure roll here. So you, a spray of acid across the front of your mech as you are forced to kind of stagger backward and recollect yourself in this fight, still holding on to this thing's tail. Roll a d6 for me.
I rolled a 1.
You have 3 structure remaining now, correct?
Yes.
So this is a direct hit. So this acid sprays across the front of you, and it gets directly on the head of your mech here, and you can't see anything out of your mech. You're not getting any digital or visual feedback. You are considered stunned until the end of your next turn. All you can do when you are stunned is stabilize to clear the stunned condition. That's it.
All right.
Okay, that's Otachi's turn, which would bring us to Alex's turn. You've got to spend your turn stabilizing, which is going to bring us back to Otachi's turn. It is... Because you are stuck here, it is going to take this opportunity to move around you to try to get at Jency. So I've got an attack coming at Jency, which is a 13. Just going to hit. All right, I have 2 + 1 points of energy damage to you, Jency. So 3 points of energy damage total.
So I'm going to use my opening argument to get +1 accuracy. And I'm going to shoot it. I'm going to shoot it first with my pistol, because now I know that if I get a crit, then I get to do more damage with the pistol. So I'm going to use my pistol first. Oh my god, and I did! I got 20!
Sick! We're back to back on the crits. Okay, wow.
Yay.
You'll roll 1d3 twice, take the higher result.
It's 2.
2. Okay, so yeah, the 3 is the higher result here. Yeah, you just slam your revolver into this thing, right into its face, a hot metal slug.
Heavy machine gun.
Anyway, yeah, it hurts. I had to stop because I was picturing like a slug, like the animal, and I was like a big metal slug. I would like that.
Hot.
Yeah, it's like
My drone will add 3 kinetic on that.
Oh, you're right.
I'm barraging, so I'm going to shoot it with my other pistol now. Oof. Well, I don't shoot it.
Yeah, you pop 2 shots off at this thing. One of them connects. It roars in frustration, and it is back to its turn. It's going to try to grapple you here. Would you make a hold save for me?
I would love to.
I rolled another nat 1.
Yes.
Nice. Well, I rolled an 18.
I gotta stop using that die. Yeah, all right. You are not grappled by it.
Jake's taking it real easy on us.
So it's just going to go ahead and try to corrosive bile you here. And I hit. So we've got another 3 points of energy damage at you. That is Otachi's turn. That brings us to you, Ben.
I just realized something. Like, I could have done another thing last turn. Oh, well.
Oh, yeah, you only made your one attack.
Yeah, I thought the heavy machine gun was a full action, but it's not. Bon, he was just like, that seems good enough.
Hey,
I mean,
you
murdered it.
clobbered that thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
seems good enough.
Absolutely.
I could take a little snoozer here for a moment.
Your second part of that barrage was just like lighting a cigarette. You don't even smoke it. You just...
I'm just lighting it, looking at the lit end. Boy, I hate to do the same thing twice, but it just worked so damn well last time.
Flame broke.
I'm going to move for one thing. I'm going to move.
You can step over Leatherback too.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to step on top of its holographic corpse, and I'm going to use my heavy machine gun, which first I'm going to I want to activate my core system, the hyperspec fuel injector.
The hyperspec fuel injector.
Yes. For the rest of the scene, you gain +1 accuracy on all attacks, checks, and saves. Additionally, once per turn, you can boost as a free action. So I'm going to do that. Core energy exhausted. All right. Now I'm going to barrage with the heavy machine gun.
Absolutely.
And so, yeah, I think I should break even with my core system activated. There's a +1 difficulty, a +1 accuracy, so I think I should just be rolling a flat d20.
Correct.
I've rolled a 4. This one goes a little wilder. I'm just going to put that away. Real quick. I'm just going to try my old assault rifle here. That's just a normal one. Just real quick. Just going to give it a little shootery-do here.
Shootery-do.
Damn. I rolled another 4.
That's okay. Reliable 2, you'll still deal 2 damage to it.
There's your couple of slugs in it. Couple of hot slugs.
Flame shot.
Just a couple of... Look at us. Just a couple of hot slugs on the town. Absolutely. There's room enough on this leaf for both of us to sit here and do nothing. Yeah, you reduce this thing's structure as well. The kind of stray bullets out of this assault rifle of yours. It rolled a 6, so it is a glancing blow. It flinches, and it is nothing more than impaired.
All right, boss, I've loosened the jar for you. You just pop that lid off, all right?
Thanks, Bond.
You're welcome, Al. Can I call you Al?
No.
You can call me Betty.
Its wings unfurl at this point, the tail kind of whipping around it, and it's going to make a couple attacks here. It's going to levy an attack against this drone here.
Not my drone.
Which is going to hit.
No.
Suffer to perish.
Suffer.
Oh, it just does a straight 4 damage is what it does.
All right. It's got 1 HP left.
And then its second attack is the tail is going to lash out over here at you, Ben.
Nah.
Oh, it's got a difficulty to this too, actually. Hang on. Well, I rolled a 6 minus 3, and I'm going to roll a difficulty real quick to see if it hits the drone. I only rolled a 2, so it's still good on the drone attack. And then those are its 2 quick actions here. It's 2 attacks. I guess it needs to barrage to do that. So that is its action. Movement here. Its wings unfurl, and it's going to use its ability to fly over you guys without provoking attacks to come right behind you here. As its wings just pull out of the water, seawater just rains off of its form, and it in just a couple of flaps almost like jumps over you guys, still just like leaking blood. That brings us back around to Alex.
All right.
Kill this motherfucker.
I'm going to kill this motherfucker. I am going to pull my axe off my back, my heavy melee, and I'm going to run up here, and I'm going to barrage and hit it with my heavy melee.
You're going to make an axe hole in it.
Well, I miss.
Oh, no.
It's okay, boss. It happens sometimes.
You've got, you're barraging. Do you have another...
Well, with your barrage with a heavy weapon,
Oh, you're right. It's a super heavy weapon, isn't it? It's a heavy melee, rather.
Yeah.
Correct. Yep. I know the rules.
but I'm going to issue an order to Amara and go, shoot it, finish it off.
Okay, got it.
Cool. It's going to use its turn here to retaliate against you somewhat. It is no longer impaired on its actions. It's going to start by trying to kill this drone. Oh, my dice fall off the table. That is a 12 to hit the drone. Minimum damage will kill the drone.
Oh yeah, drone's dead.
It just swats this drone out of the air with its weird mouthed tail. It just kind of crunches down over top of it. And then I've got an attack coming at you, Alex, which is going to be a crit.
Yes.
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 Oh, it can't crit with this attack. It just deals 4 damage. I don't know why I keep thinking I have to roll for this particular attack. Yeah, it wraps its tail around you and just begins to constrict you.
No.
And you take 4 points of energy damage from it.
Ouch.
And then that is its turn. It could technically run away and stuff like that, but we don't need to prolong that. All right. That brings us back around to Genzi.
I love the idea of Jake maybe like standing on like, you know, on the deck or like where he can see all this, and he's got like a little controller in his hands, and he's like, all right, we don't need to draw this out.
Yeah, they're killing it anyway.
Okay. I am going to take steady aim
Okay.
to get a +1 accuracy. And I am going to use my barrage to shoot it with my anti-material rifle.
2d6 energy damage. But this is kinetic damage. You fired it once before, right?
Yes?
So you'll need to spend an action to stabilize to reload it. Is the other thing?
Well, I stabilize with my steady aim.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. I am not on it today. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so I do that. I steady aim, and I get 2 accuracy. So that's a 15.
Yep. Hits.
2d6 damage. 5.
Speed through its turn here. It's got 2 attacks. It's going to levy one at you, Alex, which misses, and one at you, Ben, which is cocked, which is a 12, which hits. So I will deal another 4 points of energy damage to you, and that is its whole turn, and we will move to you.
It was a big cocked, and it hit me with it.
Gross.
Similar to the one that was on screen momentarily.
Yes, like the one that somebody drew into Roll20.
Oh, it's gone.
It's mysteriously
It's gone.
gone. It left as vanished as mysteriously as it appeared.
That secret third kaiju. It'll come back later in the third act of the film.
Chekhov's
Oh, no.
dick.
I hope not. Chekhov's dick. I don't want to know about Chekhov's dick.
It comes in the third act.
I bet no one expected it until...
Oh, God, Ben. What the heck? Get out of here. Canceled.
Ben, you're out.
I'm tired of this thing. I'm gonna do the thing I did at the beginning where I'm gonna use I'm gonna try to get a lock on it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do that tech attack. Oh, that's a 1. That's a 1, baby. It's Jake. It's Jake pressing the button that makes it so my targeting system don't work because he's like, no, that's boring. No, that's boring. All right, so that was 1 action. So I'll just use my assault rifle again. I'm going to. It's like, all right, I can't get a lock on it. I'm just gonna try to assault rifle it real quick, there, boss. All right, that's a 15.
A 15 will hit.
Yeah, that's a 1d6. So I just go thud. Just raise it and fire, and I fire 4.
4? Okay.
5. I fire 4, 5. I fire 4, 5 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, your bullets just tear into this thing's form. It is looking weaker and weaker by the second. In a last hurrah, it's going to levy 2 attacks against you here. I rolled a 5.
Yay!
And a 12, which will hit. That's another 4 points of energy damage. I don't have anything too exciting to do with this one. Throw some damage at you guys and move on.
All right, we're going to do it again.
Do it
We're
again.
going to do it again. We're going to swing that big old axe. And it's
You
going
can
to
do it.
Here we
hit
go.
this time, I promise.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to
I
happen.
believe you.
It's going to happen for me. It's going to happen for you.
You go back, check, and you do it again.
18.
18 is definitely going to hit.
Good
Hell yeah.
That's one
of
Tear
the
this
good
thing
numbers.
apart.
6 and 3 plus 1 is 10 damage.
How do you want to kill this thing, Alex?
So, it's been taking shots from Amara and Bon. It rears up, and I like do this somersault with this huge axe. It just like cleave its head right off.
Oh, boss is showing off.
Hey, that's how they killed it the first time around, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah,
That's
you just pull from your back this massive axe and just in one swift motion just cut this thing clean. It is mid-roar, and its roar that starts as this animalistic, reptilian, almost like crocodile bellowing sound is just cut off by this like guttural like noise instead, as its head is severed clean off. And as soon as that happens, the scenery fades, the adrenaline leaves your systems, the artificial damage across the fronts of your mechs disappears in the blink of an eye, and you are just kind of standing back on the tarmac.
Hey, it's Ben. Let's take a little break, huh? I got some things to tell you. Our guest GM for this series is Henn, also known as I Write Robots in all the good corners of the internet. Henn's a science fiction writer, namely Interface, an ongoing sci-fi novel about a college boy, a con artist, and a robot you can find on his website, iwriterobots.com, which I'll link in the episode notes. The first few chapters actually have audio versions, too. He's also pretty big into Magic the Gathering and D&D and makes video essays on YouTube, which is really the thing that got him the gig on Roleplay Retcon. They're pretty good. I'll link to all of this in the episode notes. The soundtrack for this series features Behold, which is spelled with a slash between B and hold. The track up top of this episode is called Uprising, and it's an original piece we commissioned for the series. The rest of the music is from his back catalog. Some of it was made for My First Dungeon, a very good actual play podcast. And some of it is from his latest album, Where They Landed, which is a concept album that combines like spooky sci-fi vibes with Appalachian folk music. You can find all his music on YouTube, Bandcamp, and a bunch of other places. Just Google Behold. Or you can find him on social media as Behold Your Fate. Roleplay Retcon is part of the One Shot Network, which has lots of great shows like the flagship One Shot podcast, or System Mastery with Jeff and John, which is sort of like a two-person book club where they read old, weird TTRPGs and make a lot of jokes. Or Skyjack's Courier's Call, an all-ages spinoff of Campaign Skyjacks. I recently guested on back-to-back episodes of the DM's Book Club with Fiona K.T. Howitt, who is part of the One Shot Network as well. This show isn't, but we are, so it counts, okay? And we're talking about the Silver Plate campaign setting for D&D 5e. It's like a weird thing where you play as food, but you also make food and eat food. It's very weird, but we had fun reading the book.
You don't choose necessarily what your food group is, but it could be the last thing you had, and working it from there rather than going like, oh, you are one of the classes first. So you come up with your own unique origin or your unique lineage right off the bat.
It's funny. I was thinking the opposite. What I would want to do is they give you like 40 points. And then the different tags have like different point values. Like I think 12 is about the most something will be, but yes, they can go down to like 2 or 3. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I would want to pick tags and then figure out what food I'd made.
Hey heroes, it's James, your game master, and I am here to tell you about the final events we have for our summer 2025 One Shot Network fundraising drive. On Friday, July 4th, at a time that is yet to be determined, I will be on camera rolling the very real results for the final bits of value for our Adventure Capitalists campaign. We will emerge from that rolling session with all the information we will need to crown a winner. So be sure to join the stream and cheer on your favorite team, either Team LA or Team Chicago. Then finally on Saturday, July 5th at 9 p.m., I am going to be joined by Jeff, John, and a special guest for a streamed game of Cosmic Century Nights. All these events are, of course, going to be over on twitch.tv/OneShotRPG, and please support us on Patreon. Hey heroes, it's James, and One Shot is going to be at Gen Con 2025. And we've got events that you can book tickets to. On Friday at 10 a.m., we have the Ultimate RPG World Building panel with myself, Jeff, and John. On Friday at 11 a.m., we have a live play of Cosmic Century Nights with, again, myself, Jeff, John, and a special guest. Friday at 1 p.m., we have System Mastery Live. That's going to be with Jeff and John, and hey, guess what? Me, a special guest. Then Friday at 8 p.m., we have our RPG game show Netflix and Kill, where we match you up with monsters from various monster manuals. And Friday at 9 p.m., we have a live performance of Oh Captain, My Captain, starring again myself, Jeff and John, and Dylan Appelian. Saturday at 3 p.m., we have the Skyjacks live show. That's going to have me, Nathan Blades, and very likely Tyler Davis, and probably Johnny O'Mara, but not Liz Anderson. Then Saturday at 8:30 p.m., we have the Ultimate RPG Dungeon Meister Pub Trivia Show, where Jeff, John, and I are going to be doing RPG trivia with tons of prizes from our publishing catalogs. All of that is bookable through the Gen Con website. I am so excited to see all of you in 2025.
All right, that's all I got. Back to the episode.
It's time has passed. It is darker out, though it's probably only midday. We started this combat in the kind of early morning. As Jake gives you all kind of a couple of not half-hearted, but not really full applause claps, and says, "Well, all right, cadets, that was a good showing, but don't get cocky. It's a good start. We'll work on it. The honor guard is needed at the meeting that's going to be later tomorrow afternoon. So that's probably all the time we have. Get yourselves out, get yourselves showered. We'll have a meal and we'll get back into some reps here." So you guys begin to be put back through the paces of these kind of everyday trainings here. You've got one more sleep, I guess we'll say, until it's the real deal.
One sleep till the real
one sleep till the real
till honor
deal.
guard.
Till honor guard. It was the night before honor guard, and all through the Shatter Dome. Towards the end of the evening here, as you are all exiting from your Jaegers and getting set up for the evening, you catch a glimpse of Mako talking to a researcher that you have all seen around. It's vague familiarity. You know that this is Professor Gottlieb, one of the original researchers from the prior Kaiju War. I guess it's not the current Kaiju War. From the Kaiju War, who helped kind of pioneer some of the detection facilities for the Kaiju appearing.
Yeah, they just called it the Great Kaiju War at the time.
They just call it, they don't know yet. Oh, man. And you catch Mako in some kind of heated exchange with this Professor Gottlieb, and he says, I can't make it work the way you want it to. It's too risky. And Mako says, well, we don't have much time to figure it out anyway. We have the meeting tomorrow, at which point she sees you all and turns and says, pilots, good work today. I have high hopes for you. And she'll turn and walk away, and you will see what you salute the honor guard.
Seeing Alex
event.
salute, Bond also salutes.
This kind of series of like rapid, like
nope. Bond does not fumble. He just makes the very calm decision to follow Alex's lead.
Amara does not. She's just like, thank you. Thanks.
Roleplay Retcon's remake of Pacific Rim Uprising is directed by I Write Robots, with Jinsey as Amara Namani, Alex Blasius as Alex Blasius, and Benjamin Gray as Bon Jaeger. The soundtrack for this series features Behold. Our logo is by Jeanette Blasius.
Roleplay Retcon is produced by Two Fish in a Jug and is part of the One Shot Network.
Bye kisses.
Hey heroes, it's James, your game master, and I am here to tell you about the final events we have for our summer 2025 One Shot Network fundraising drive. On Friday, July 4th, at a time that is yet to be determined, I will be on camera rolling the very real results for the final bits of value for our Adventure Capitalists campaign. We will emerge from that rolling session with all the information we will need to crown a winner. So be sure to join the stream and cheer on your favorite team, either Team LA or Team Chicago. Then finally on Saturday, July 5th at 9 p.m., I am going to be joined by Jeff, John, and a special guest for a streamed game of Cosmic Century Nights. All these events are, of course, going to be over on twitch.tv/OneShotRPG, and please support us on Patreon. Hey heroes, it's James, and One Shot is going to be at Gen Con 2025. And we've got events that you can book tickets to. On Friday at 10 a.m., we have the Ultimate RPG World Building panel with myself, Jeff, and John. On Friday at 11 a.m., we have a live play of Cosmic Century Nights with, again, myself, Jeff, John, and a special guest. Friday at 1 p.m., we have System Mastery Live. That's going to be with Jeff and John, and hey, guess what? Me, a special guest. Then Friday at 8 p.m., we have our RPG game show Netflix and Kill, where we match you up with monsters from various monster manuals. And Friday at 9 p.m., we have a live performance of Oh Captain, My Captain, starring again myself, Jeff and John, and Dylan Appelian. Saturday at 3 p.m., we have the Skyjacks live show. That's going to have me, Nathan Blades, and very likely Tyler Davis, and probably Johnny O'Mara, but not Liz Anderson. Then Saturday at 8:30 p.m., we have the Ultimate RPG Dungeon Meister Pub Trivia Show, where Jeff, John, and I are going to be doing RPG trivia with tons of prizes from our publishing catalogs. All of that is bookable through the Gen Con website. I am so excited to see all of you in 2025.